Hello, welcome to dyslexiawarethinking.co.uk Dyslexia Training Course and Lecture by me, Stephen Milner. Now, we always hear, or when you're in education, that the teachers say they've got another training course to go on to. And this is great because it means they're getting more information on how to teach students. But there's one thing we are missing as dyslexics: our own training course. Because we read and hear about dyslexia as a gift, it's a way of thinking, which I tried to teach you, or to show you more information about, the positive about dyslexia. But there's a lot of confusion with dyslexics because they lack skills which are important for them to learn. So I believe that schools should produce a course to help students with dyslexia. And this presentation will explain the course which I think should develop from. A dyslexic training course. A course or courses should be for the dyslexic student, so they can learn how to understand and deal with dyslexia. So the course should look at what is dyslexia, the scientific point of view, the medical point of view of it. What are the weaknesses? Why do the weaknesses happen? Also, what are the strengths? Why do these strengths happen? Also look at the individual dyslexic as well, from a personal point of view, and find out what their strengths are. Discuss that. And also look at the things like study skills. So therefore you're teaching the student how to use their dyslexia within the study skills. The dyslexic course, in my opinion, should contain for the students, what is dyslexia? Okay, I've said a lot of this on the last slide, but dyslexia is a way of thinking, so the positive attitude of dyslexia rather than the negative one is a disability. The positive. What are the strengths of dyslexia? Being creative, picture thinking, problem solving, seeing the world as a whole picture. What are the dyslexic's weaknesses? How to use the strengths within study skills. This idea of a special dyslexic course is there to give self-acceptance to the dyslexic. Because it's important, self-acceptance brings confidence in everything to do with learning. The next part of the course should be how to use the study skills to help with the dyslexic's weaknesses. So for example, there's no point asking them to produce an essay and just say, go for it. The study skills are, okay, first of all, put down bullet points. Then plan out your essay and go from there, but not just writing it down, but using a computer. Discussing positive thinking, the positive attitude, that dyslexia is not a negative, you understand the positives. Reducing stress. Stress is a big issue with dyslexia. If a child is stressed, their mind will focus on the problem and therefore cause more stress, and therefore a student wants to give up learning. Just blanks out. Just says, that's it, I've had enough, and some students misbehave as a panic strategy. Learning reading techniques. This can be seen as two ways. One, having a tutor showing how different things like spelling. The other is how different techniques of reading, for example, scanning text. Writing techniques. We have to write on a daily basis, but if you don't know how to do it properly, you ain't going to be able to put content on paper, and it's the content which gets you the marks in exams. So how to write a report, how to answer questions in exams, how to write an essay, how to do notes. Again, this is all study skills, but it's all writing techniques. The importance is not about spelling and grammar. it's the content you put on paper. Now, I believe that dyslexics should have a course in schools. I know it's very difficult, schools can't do this in some ways, a lot of ways. But it's important that dyslexics sit down, discuss dyslexia, understand it, so they can improve, have self-acceptance. If a dyslexic does not have self-acceptance in themselves, they will panic, they'll become stressed, and they will struggle to learn. If they have self-acceptance of dyslexia, they will understand how to use it. Thank you very much for listening today. If you do have any questions, you can always email me at stephen@dyslexiawayofThinking.co.uk. You can find me on my dyslexia Facebook group, What Dyslexia. You can also read a lot more articles on dyslexia on dyslexiawayofthinking.co.uk website. You can visit my blog, dyslexia blog, video blog, at iamdyslexic.net, and you can also visit the new Dyslexia social network website, ihavedyslexia.co.uk, where you can meet and learn from other dyslexics and also give your opinion of dyslexia. It's a great inter-exchange of information from students, parents and teachers and teaching professionals. So thank you very much for listening today. I hope you found this interesting. If you are dyslexic, I understand you can't build your own specific course, but I believe if you take each of these areas yourself and learn yourself from it, you'll have a great deal of knowledge to help with your studies. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to hear from you soon.